Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Maryellen taking off. Chapter 5, Frozen. Lifting the hem of her skirt gracefully, Maryellen stepped out from between the curtains, and the audience gasped in admiration at the sight of her in this snazzy green dress. Maryellen smiled, a special smile at Mrs. Fenstermacher, who waved back. Maryellen tried to be interested, but it came out all squeaky. "Fighting," she said in a tight, high voice. She tried again. "Fighting." She swallowed hard. "Oh, polio," Karen King whispered loudly, prompting from behind the curtains. "You're supposed to say fighting polio." Maryellen knew what she was supposed to say, but somehow she could not. Her mouth was dry, her legs were as shaky as jello, her brain was empty, and her heart was thumping wildly. She wished Davy would lasso her and haul her off the stage. What on earth was the matter with her? She should have confidence. Wasn't she wearing the most beautiful dress she'd ever worn? And she knew everyone in the audience, for Pete's sake. And yet when she looked at them while waiting for her to speak, she couldn't move a muscle. The only sound was the ominous whir of Mrs. Philpott's movie camera. Unexpectedly, horribly, nightmarishly, Maryellen was frozen with stage fright. She felt as though she'd been standing there for hours and hours, trembling in agony, unable to speak or move or even breathe, when suddenly Wayne thrust his head out behind the curtains. Never in a million years would have Maryellen thought to be glad to see Wayne, but she definitely was right now. He looked so funny with his toy eyeglasses on upside down and his hair sticking out all over his head that the audience chuckled. They laughed even more when he pretended to get his feet all tangled up in the curtains as he fought his way onto the stage. "Hey, Wayne said to Maryellen. "Do you know who I am?" She could only look at him wide-eyed as if she had never seen him before in her life. But it didn't matter because Wayne chattered on, giving the information that Maryellen was supposed to say but could not. "I'm Dr. Jonas Salk, that's who. Do you know what I invented?" Maryellen opened her mouth but nothing came out. "I invented a vaccine that prevents polio," said Wayne. He turned to the audience. "You all know that polio is a terrible, terrible disease. It hurts millions of people, especially children. It makes them very sick, and sometimes they can't ever walk again. Now, at last, after many years of research, I found a safe vaccine to prevent you from polio." So, Wayne flung his arms out wide and sang, "Get a shot so you won't catch polio." Then he said, "Come on, everybody, all together now." All the cast members crowded around from behind the curtains. Wayne waved his arms as if he were conducting an orchestra and led them and the audience in singing, "Get a shot so you won't catch polio." The audience stood up and cheered. Wayne took exaggerated bows and then rose up on his toes, waving his hands over his head like a winning prize fighter, which made the audience laugh and clap even more. Maryellen managed to smile at Wayne. It was a weak, watery smile, but it was humble and sincere. Wayne cheerfully thumped her on the back and bowed again and again to make the audience keep applauding. After the show, Mom served birthday cake and lemonade. Maryellen, who changed out of her dress, was sitting in the shade and eating her cake with Karen King, Angela, and Davy when Karen Stolman came over. "Gosh," said Karen Stolman, "what in the world happened to you, Ellie? You were standing out there on the stage like a mummy." Maryellen shuddered, remembering. "Stage fright, I guess." "I thought you were going to faint," said Angela. "Well, Wayne sure came to your rescue," said Karen Stolman. "Wayne saved the whole show," said Karen King. "Yes," said Maryellen. "I never thought I'd say this, but thank goodness for Wayne." Davy grinned and chanted, 4, 6, 2, 8. Who do we appreciate? And all 5 kids said, "Wayne." "Where is Wayne, by the way?" Maryellen asked. Dave tilted his head toward the stage. There was Wayne. He had Beverly's tutu on his head and Karen Stolman's tutu around his waist at the top of his pants. And he was imitating the ballet they had danced in the show while his father filmed him. Ching, ching, ching. The diamonds made a cheerfully jingling sound as Maryellen poured them out of the coffee can onto the kitchen table. Everyone had gone home, and all the Larkins were sitting in the kitchen Saturday evening while Maryellen counted the money the show had earned. "So many people came today," Beverly said as Maryellen added up the dimes. I think we earned $11, said Tom. Maryellen grinned. Not that much, he said. We earned $3.20. That's a respectable amount, said Carolyn. I agree, said Mom. I will give you $3 bills for 30 dimes, dear, and I'll contribute an envelope and the money you'll need for a stamp. You had better take your envelope to the post office and weigh it. It might cost extra because of the 2 dimes in it. That'll be great, Mom, said Maryellen. $3.20 isn't a fortune, but it's something, and she grinned at Dad. Something is always better than nothing. Hear, hear, said Dad. Maryellen felt efficient and grown-up as she paper-clipped the $3 bills to a piece of paper and taped the 2 dimes beneath them. She wrote, Dear March of Dimes, all my friends and I are so glad Dr. Salk found a polio vaccine. Here's some money to help buy shots for people, especially children. Sincerely yours, Maryellen Larkin. She addressed the envelope to the local March of Dimes headquarters in Daytona Beach and was ready to go. Since the next day was Sunday, when the post office would be closed, she would mail the money on Monday. On Monday, Maryellen hurried home from school. Mom was making snacks for everyone when the phone rang. Carolyn answered it. Ellie, it's for you, she said, holding the receiver. It's some man. Maryellen took the phone. Hello? Maryellen, this is Dr. Ozer, the man said. Today, 5 children came to my office to be vaccinated against polio. Their mother said that the children had seen your show, and that's why they came to get their shots. So I'm calling to thank you. You're welcome, stammered Maryellen a little shyly. One child brought a poster with him, Dr. Ozer went on. It was one of those posters that you made to advertise your show. I was wondering if you'd make another poster about getting vaccinated so I could hang it up in my office. Me? You want a poster by me? Maryellen squeaked. Yes, indeed, said Dr. Ozer. Bring it to my office in the medical building on Drayton Street, whenever it is ready. I'd like to meet you. Well, okay, sure, said Maryellen. Good, said Dr. Ozer, and thank you, Maryellen. You've done something important by encouraging these kids to get their shots. Goodbye. Bye, said Maryellen. Who was that? Asked Mom. It was a doctor who said that 5 kids got shots today because of our show, crowed Maryellen, and wants me to make another polio poster for his office. Holy cow! Exclaimed Carolyn. Ellie, breathed Beverly, you're famous. Mom hugged Maryellen. That's wonderful, sweetie, she said. Dad and I are so proud of you. Off you go now to the post office to mail your money. I'll come with you, said Carolyn. I want to go too, said Beverly. Naturally, Tom and Mikey wanted to come, and that meant Scooter, and there was a crowd gathered behind Maryellen as she waited her envelope to the lady behind the post office. Please, may I buy a stamp for this? Maryellen asked politely. Sure, honey, said the lady behind the counter. She looked at the address. March of Dimes, eh? It was all Ellie's idea, said Beverly. It was her birthday party. She put on a show to earn the money. She's 10 now, and today Dr. Collins said the kids got polio shots because of her show, and he wants her to make a poster for his office. My word, said the lady. That's a very impressive contribution to our community. You should be proud of yourself, miss. She looked at the return address on the envelope in her hand. Maryellen Larkin. Thank you, said Maryellen, pink in the face. No, thank you, Maryellen, said the lady. It'll be an honor to mail this letter for you. A few days later, the phone rang. I'll get it, Carolyn hollered. In a moment, she called out, Ellie, it was a phone for you. Maryellen thought it was probably Dr. Ozer, so she was surprised when a high, fluty voice said, Hello, is this Maryellen Larkin? Yes. Maryellen hesitated, then she snorted. Hardy har. Wayne, very funny. She was sure that it was Wayne making a prank phone call in one of his silly voices. But why was Wayne calling her? Excuse me, said the voice, sounding even higher and flutier. This is Betty Plotnick, the secretary for the mayor of Daytona Beach. Am I speaking to Miss Maryellen Larkin? Cut it out, Wayne, said Maryellen. Stop goofing around. I know it's you. No, this is Betty Plotnick, said the voice, pronouncing words slowly. I need to speak to Maryellen Larkin, please. Suddenly it dawned on Maryellen that this wasn't Wayne after all. Oh, I'm sorry, she sputtered, wishing that she could sing to a pit. This is Maryellen. Good, said the woman. The mayor of Daytona Beach would like you to ride in the Memorial Day parade with him. Do what? Gasped Maryellen. I mean, thank you, but why? In recognition of your support for the March of Dimes, said Betty Plotnick. The mayor's office has had 3 letters from you. One from Dr. Ron Ozer, one from Miss Evelyn Danziger of the U.S. Post Office, and one from a Mr. David Festermacher who wrote to the March of Dimes, and they forwarded his letter to us. Davy wrote a letter? Said Maryellen. Betty Plotnick went on. The mayor is impressed with your sense of responsibility and the fine example you set for the young people of our town. Please come to City Hall at 8 a.m. on Memorial Day. Goodbye. That's the end of that chapter. See you later.